And we're back at 7:20. We've got 10 minutes to talk about movies and whatever else comes to mind, and we never know when Ryan and Rob come what in the world they're going to talk about. So I'm just going to sit back here and watch you guys.
Well, you say that we never know, but I know.
You know,
and Rob
knows. So
But
I'm the
you
one
never
in the
know.
dark. I'm the one in the dark, and they don't know either.
We like to
So
keep you on your toes.
enlighten us. What are we going to talk about today?
Well, I think we're going to talk a little bit about Kung Fu Panda 2
Oh,
and
can't
The
wait.
Hangover 2.
Can't wait. I will tell you this. Last weekend, I went to see Pirates.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 thumbs up.
Really?
Yeah.
Both thumbs.
I loved it.
Did you go see it in 3D or 2D?
2D.
Good for you.
Yeah. I just, I don't want to spend the money for the glasses.
Sure.
Piece of plastic to put on you.
You think Johnny Depp is handsome?
Not with that beard and scraggly wig and
But regular Johnny Depp, he's handsome.
He could be considered handsome, I suppose.
So you liked it?
I liked it a lot.
Yeah.
It was fun. Different storyline. They went in a different direction. They got rid of a couple of the people that was in the previous three.
Did you miss Orlando Bloom?
I didn't miss Orlando Bloom, and I didn't miss who was the other one?
Keira Knightley.
Keira, I didn't miss her because Penelope Cruz was in it. See, that's
Well,
why I didn't miss the
Here's
other
the deal. We won't spend a lot of time on this, but I'm going to say this. Both Ryan and I gave it a hate on the podcast. We had our reasons, but I've been thinking about something. Since this has become such a part of our
You might change your mind.
movie, no, that's doubtful. But since this has become so much a part of our movie routine, having Dan Howell on, I think that we should add a new segment to our podcast called "What Dan Howell Would Like."
What?
So I think that when I say Pirates of the Caribbean Part 10, it's a tired story, and I'm really
But Dan will
over
like
it. I think it's awful,
But
but Dan will like it.
He will like it.
What do you think? You think that's all
I'm in
right?
favor.
Yeah.
I think.
No, I didn't like the previous one. I thought it was just, it was a piece of junk. But this one I liked.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, it was.
There you
I
have
can't.
it.
I can't argue with that. I don't want to argue over the next thing. We have a question we need to ask.
Uh-oh.
It's going to be a little bit hard for you to answer.
Probably I won't answer it.
I want you to answer.
Knowing you guys.
True or false? You saw The Hangover Part 1.
I have not. But I have a friend who last night handed me Hangover Part 1 on DVD.
Okay.
And I'm going to watch it.
Okay.
Before I see Part 2.
Okay. Okay.
Are you going to see Part 2?
Well, eventually. I got to see Part 1
All
first.
right. Well, we're going to
Right.
start. You want to start with that since we're there?
Yeah, let's go ahead and start. talk
Hangover
about it.
Part 2 comes out
Today.
today.
It's directed by Todd Phillips, who directed the first film. He's a pretty sharp on it director as far as this type of comedy. That's pretty much all he's done. It stars Zach Galifianakis and Bradley Cooper and a guy named Ed Helms, who is he's on The Office. That's where everybody knows him from. These guys, when the interesting thing about The Hangover is that when this first movie came out, none of them were very famous.
Yeah.
The Office had just kind of started. No one really knew who Bradley Cooper was. And Zach Galifianakis was the guy with the silly beard in that one movie that made me laugh.
Right. Exactly.
And that movie did huge. The Hangover was giant. It really found a niche audience. And now it's interesting to see this second film come out, and all of these guys are household names.
yeah, they
now.
are
Yeah, they are.
huge now.
And so it's going to
It
be
is. You
very
might as well
interesting.
have say starring Dan Howell
Right.
on there.
Who is, as
That
Dan
big,
Howell,
huh?
as Dan Howell likes to say, phenomenal.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, here's the thing about
the word of the day.
here's the
It
thing
is
about The
today.
Hangover 2 coming out is we were talking about this, and there are a couple things that you could argue maybe, The Dark Knight being one of them, but this film is probably the most highly anticipated sequel in the last 5 years.
Oh, really?
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, then
people
I have to see number one.
cannot wait for this film because the first one was astoundingly funny. I walked out of the movie theater in tears. Now, it's also the kind of film that no one wants to tell their friends that they saw,
Right.
especially in this community. No good church-going person. Nancy's over here nodding her head because she knows I'm right. Yeah, it's like
She's like, that movie made me crack up.
there's an old joke. I'm gonna let this joke say a lot.
All right.
Okay. What's the difference between a Presbyterian and a Baptist?
I have no idea.
The Presbyterian will speak to you in the liquor store. That's okay. Now, so Nancy, I'm getting a lot of Nancy approval today. But the thing is, that joke tells a lot about our particular community.
Yeah.
People here are serious about their faith. They
really are.
are serious about the perceptions of faith. Okay, so what you had was an entire town full of people that went to see The Hangover, and nobody actually talked
admits
about
it.
it. Was,
Right.
But I won't lie to you. There are parts of The Hangover Part 1 that were really, really rough, okay? There are parts of it that your mama would not approve of.
Kinda like
we're-
Bridesmaids.
Yeah, exactly like Bridesmaids. And see, that's the thing is, when I walked out of The Hangover, I heard so many people saying, and I know this is true for Ryan too, that is the funniest movie I've ever seen. And sticking to that, I mean, now you're talking
Right.
year later, more than a year
Yeah,
later.
it's been a few.
People still saying that the funniest movie they've ever seen is The Hangover. So yeah, is it raunchy? It is. Yes. Is there stuff in there that you're going to say, oh, that's not right?
Yeah.
Yes, it is. Is it downright hilarious? Yeah, it really kind of is. And so you've got Part 2 coming out.
And everyone is saying that part 2 is really just the rehash of the first one, but in
Right.
the good ways. You know, don't
yeah, it's
change
everything you love. You don't
Right.
change something that's not broken.
Yeah.
So at least not until you make Hangover 3.
Right,
That's when you
we
get
put-
scary.
We were talking about this on the podcast
That's right.
last night. What we're worried about is that it will make so much money that they'll go for 3. And
They'll
what they
have
need
to,
to do is they need to just say,
Let it
we're
go.
going to do number 2.
Have a good time.
But
and
here's
then
the
walk
deal:
away.
Hangover 2 is the movie that everyone in this community is going to go see, but nobody's going to talk
Nobody's
about
going to
going
admit
see
it.
Yeah,
Well, we got 3.5 minutes left. Go ahead.
Well, I was gonna segue, but you're welcome to. It is your show.
Oh, is it?
I can share.
For now.
We're not Nancy. You can talk. It's okay.
Based on
Oh, I can't believe he did that, Nancy.
based on
I'm just
what,
teasing, Nancy.
Based on what happened last week, is not my show. You
All
got
right, I'm going to segue.
Kung Fu segue.
Kung Fu Panda 2 comes out tonight. It will be fantastic.
I'm anxiously awaiting Kung.
Did you see Kung Fu Panda 1?
I did.
It was awesome.
It was phenomenal.
It was.
And Kung Fu Panda 2 is going to be awesomer and
Extra
phenomenal.
Yeah.
That's right.
I understand that it delves a little deeper into the life of.
That's right.
Poe.
You know, it was actually Kung Fu Panda was actually written as 5 films, believe it or not, and it's modeled after the classic samurai epic
Right.
that's done overseas, and those are typically 5 films long, and there are specific
Right.
aspects of the samurai journey that they cover in each film. And so the first movie is about getting him where he needs to be with the people he needs to be with.
Right.
And then your second film is now that he's with those people, you journey back to his beginnings to find
Okay.
out who he really
Now
is.
he can look
And that's
inside.
exactly what they're doing in this sequel. Is he's traveling to China.
What we're saying is, if Kung Fu Panda 2 starred Dan Howell, this is the film. Now you've met us.
Right.
But now you're just getting to know yourself.
Right.
You know what I mean? There was like Dan Howell before Robin Ryan.
Yeah.
But now Dan Howell
we're
is
really-
truly starting
yeah.
to know Dan Howell.
So the first film was an introduction. Now we're really getting to know each
Here we
other.
go.
right.
Now we're really
That's-
getting to know.
This is where we travel back to the holler to find
Yeah.
out your true origins.
The holler. I hadn't heard that word in a long.
Well, you know what? We got 2 minutes, so let me run this down.
Boom.
Joe, I hope you're going to give us this full next 2 minutes. Let me start with that.
1 minute.
snap.
1 minute?
Yeah.
Your clock is wrong. Anyway, awesome color, awesome voice acting, and that first film had some of the best action scenes
Of any of the action
any
movies
of the
that were
action
out that
movies
year.
that were out that year, even though it was a cartoon.
Yeah.
So here's the deal: you need to go see Kung Fu Panda 2. We're giving that a thumbs up.
Phenomenal.
We're going to say this: you're going to go see The Hangover 2. We're not telling anyone.
Yeah,
That's right.
It's a secret.
Our
between
lips
us.
are sealed.
But
We're
it'll be
not-
good too.
We're not going to tell everybody you went to see it.
Well, I plan to go see Panda.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
And we'll see about Hangover 2 after I watch Hangover 1 at my house.
Here's my suggestion to you: skip the credits.
Okay.
It doesn't get truly over the top what you don't want to see until the credits.
Oh, I usually
I'm
skip
trying to
credits
save
anyway.
you. You trust me on this. Don't watch the credits and then go, I wish I had listened to Rob and not watched the credits. Just trust me.
Okay.
I know you, Daniel.
Yeah.
I know you pretty well.
Okay. I rarely watch the credits.
I know you close enough to call you Daniel.
Okay.
Don't watch
That's
the credits.
my real name, by the way.
They're going to try to trick you.
We've got about 30 seconds left, and let me quickly say that I appreciate these guys and what they've done during the storm cleanup. I know Rob is leaving immediately after the show to go manhandle the chainsaw crew in Joplin, Missouri.
We are on our way out
And,
right after this show to go to Joplin.
yeah.
We could use your prayers.
Yeah, certainly.
I just said we have a town full of Christian people, so start praying.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
appreciate them. We are out of time. I hope to see you back here next Friday if you're back
Yeah.
in town. If not, Ryan hopefully will come and get us up to date.
Yeah,
on
I
what's
can
going
carry the show. It's all
on.
right.
Yeah, sure.
I got this one.
I think I'm going to
We're
be
good.
gone. I think
But
I'm
we are out
taking
of
a much,
time while
much
they
needed
continue to
fishing
talk.
trip.
We got to go. We'll see you on Monday, Memorial Day. Have a great weekend, folks.
Bye-bye.